Alright, this video is about when there is an amplitude change and a period change. This is from the Day 2 worksheet in Honors Algebra 2. So this says y equals -3/4 times cosine of 1/4 theta. So if you want to put these in parentheses, that's how it was on the previous worksheet. You can do that, and that means the same thing. So let's identify the amplitude first. Amplitude is always the number in the front, but it's the absolute value of that number. So this amplitude is 3/4, and I'm just going to put a star to know that it's going to be flipped. But when it's asking for the amplitude, it's always just the positive value, so make sure you're aware of that. The period is the distance that it's going to take to travel that one cycle up and down, if it's sine or cosine. And normally that period length is 2 pi if we're doing it in radians, or 360 degrees. So that's normal. However, we're going to set this stuff with the theta equal to the normal period. In this worksheet, we're working with radians, so we're going to set that 1/4 theta equal to 2 pi. That's the typical period. And we're going to solve this for theta, and that will be the new period, or the new distance that it takes to travel one full cycle. So to solve this for theta, this is saying times 1/4. The opposite of that is times 4. Okay, so I'm going to do that on both sides of my little equation here. This 4 and the 1/4 result in a 1, so I don't need to write it anymore. So I have theta equals 4 times 2 pi is 8 pi. So it's going to actually take 4 times as long to do the one cycle. So our period is 8 pi. So these are the two things that are being asked on your paper. So we're going to graph this now. So let's see, we'll just go this way here. And I'm going to start at 0, and my distance that I have to travel is 8 pi. So since I'm starting at 0 and I have to travel 8 pi, the end will also be 8 pi. Okay? Then I'm going to find halfway in between that. That'll be 4 pi. And halfway in between 0 and 4 pi is 2 pi. And between 4 and 8 is 6 pi. So whenever there's a period change, we're addressing that by changing the labels on the x-axis. We don't have to relabel it. That's up to you. If you want to just go draw the normal from 0 to 2 pi and then extend your graph a whole lot longer, that is up to you. But I'm just going to relabel the x-axis. So then we have our y-axis here, and that's a 1, that's a -1. And remember, I'm going to draw the regular cosine graph in this case, which starts up at 1, then it goes to 0, then it's down at -1, 0, 1. So I'd like you to draw this when there is an amplitude change or whenever there's a vertical shift. I want you to draw the original first. But now, since there is an amplitude change, we're going to multiply all of these y values by the amplitude, and we're technically going to multiply by -3/4 because it's going to be flipped. But if we asked what the amplitude is, it's only 3/4. It's always just the positive value because it's just talking about the distance between the middle and then the top, or the middle and the bottom. So we're going to multiply this by -3/4. So 1 times -3/4 is about -3/4. We'll pretend that's down there. 0 times -3/4 is the same. -1 times -3/4 is positive 3/4. 0 times -3/4 is the same. And 1 times -3/4 is -3/4. So our cosine graph, is a little bit squished a tiny bit more than it was. It's also flipped upside down, and it's stretched out longer horizontally. So there's number 8. Let me show you how to do this on a new video for number 9.